Girls Talk Shirts. Hey there. Today, let's take a trip down memory lane and chat about some of our most unforgettable travel experiences. Whether it's a hilarious mishap, a heartwarming encounter, or an adrenaline-pumping adventure. I'm sure we both have plenty of stories to share. So to get us started, how about you tell us about a destination that completely exceeded your expectations?
Thank you, Savannah. I would love to. This is Emily. I have traveled a little bit. Traveling is something that both my husband and I really enjoy doing. And one trip that did exceed my expectations, I would say, was our first time going to Scotland. Mm-hmm. That was in October of 2016. Atticus was with us. We did take him along. He was like 9-ish months. Mm-hmm. Which sounds kind of crazy to travel internationally with a 9-month-old, but he was literally the best kid ever, traveled very well, did amazing. And it was the best trip. We think about it all of the time. We loved it so much. We went back to Scotland last summer, and Scotland is a must-see, I think, for anybody. The country is absolutely beautiful. The people are amazing. They're so kind and friendly, and I love their accents.
They do have fantastic accents.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of their food. I'm pretty much an American style type of gal. They have a lot more, I don't know, just like British, UK, like, I don't know, just like weird, just not like
not
something.
Your cup of tea.
Yeah. Yeah. They did have tea though. And I did enjoy that. But yeah, just like, I don't know, weird stuff that I didn't really like. So we would go to, like, we sought out an American style restaurant while we were there, which was pretty good for, you know, what it was. It was just like hamburgers and French fries, which is what I like. I'm really... Pretty much anywhere I go, I'm going to order like chicken tenders and French fries. That's just my go-to thing. That's what I know I'm going to like. But yes, the traveling was amazing. Again, country was beautiful. Every place we have gone, for the most part, people see Atticus and are just like enthralled by him. And so on that trip, we went to Loch Ness, which is a giant lake. Loch, I think, is some sort of Scottish word for lake. Mm-hmm. And we went on this boat tour there, trying to find Nessie, you know, the usual touristy thing. And so we're on this big boat, just kind of sitting there, looking out. You know, I am legitimately looking for this monster. Mm-hmm. In my head, I think I have been just so ingrained by like Disney style things that I thought there's no, like, they have surely put some mechanical thing in this water, and every so often they lift it up to make tourists think that there is something in here. They haven't. But Scotland, if you're listening, you should. I think you could, I mean, major dollars.
Well, speaking of the Loch Ness Monster, you brought me a keychain.
Yeah.
With a stuffed Loch Ness Monster.
That
with
trip,
a little Scottish hat.
Yes.
I still have it.
We went, oh, good. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy to hear that. That trip, we went all out. We were buying things for anybody and everybody because we were just so happy to be there. But anyway, we were on this trip, this boat, trying to find the Loch Ness Monster, and these people approach us from the other side of the boat. They were from Hong Kong. They told us, hi, we're from Hong Kong. And they said, we have just been admiring your baby from across the boat. He is so cute, just so smiley. Can we take a picture with him? And it all happened so quickly that maybe looking back, maybe I shouldn't have said, yeah, sure, you know. But I did. I said, yeah, sure, here, and gave my child to
now there's a picture of Atticus
strangers
in the world.
And yeah, and you know what? Anthony and I didn't even take a picture on our own phones. Like they handed me their phone. So I took, a couple pictures of them with my offspring on their phone. And like, who knows what their side of the story is. Like when they went back to Hong Kong and told their family about their trip to Scotland and they get to this picture of this white baby that they met on a tour of Loch Ness. Like, what did they tell their family? Do they have the picture framed? Is he like a baby model in Hong Kong? I don't know. But yeah, so that happened in Scotland. And we do not have, I don't know why Anthony and I didn't think to take a picture ourselves just to kind of prove like, hey, look at these people they were holding him. And Atticus, even as a baby, was such a social butterfly that he willingly went with them and smiled, like it wasn't like he was crying or didn't want to do, like he wanted to do it. And it happened again when we went to France a little bit later. The movie Boss Baby had just come out and some French woman came up to us asking if he was the Boss Baby, saying like that he looked like the cartoon, the Boss Baby. And she took a little selfie with him. And then it happened again when we went to England a little bit later when he was like 2-ish years old. We were at Stonehenge and some woman came up and asked him if he would take a picture with her. And he said, yeah. And I do have a video and a picture of that encounter because he was walking around Stonehenge taking pictures and videos on my phone. So I have a stupid video on my phone of him holding my camera and it's like facing the grass, but you can hear her, hey, baby, want to take a picture with me? And he's like, okay. And then he just goes over and then I have a picture of it on my phone as well of him taking a picture with her. But yeah, so anyway, Scotland, amazing, fantastic. If you've been thinking about going, do it. It is great. I will say they do have this dessert called sticky toffee pudding. It's like this cakey, caramely, I don't really know what all is involved in it, but it's fantastic. And I could live off of it, honestly. But yeah, so Scotland is probably going to be my favorite destination.
That's what I was just about to ask, because you have been to many more places. Your children have been to many more places than I have. And I actually said that to Aaron when we were going to Memphis this last time, because we don't have passports because we don't need them. Aaron used to have one because his parents lived in Australia. Yeah. And so he did get one, but I think it has since expired and I have not needed one. And so we had to take Graceland's birth certificate because she also obviously does not have a passport. And I mentioned your children. I was like, all of them have passports.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, I don't even know what it's like to have a passport. I should go ask Atticus what it's like to have a passport.
It is. Yeah, we have to. Atticus has been to more places than Eloise and Bo. Mm-hmm. They've only done England and Scotland last summer, but yeah, Atticus has been to Scotland twice, France, England twice.
So Scotland is your like top place. That
yeah. I mean, I think even Anthony loves it too. And I think after we went the first time, like we legitimately looked into like houses like around like Loch Ness or Loch Lomond or whatever. Like it's just so pretty there. And I could see us going again in another couple years. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily want to traveling that long of a distance with 3 kids is a lot. Mm-hmm. So I don't need to do that again for another couple years. Maybe.
How long is the flight to Scotland? Is it straight to Scotland from America? Like I'm sure you have to fly somewhere else in the United States and then.
No, when we went last summer, we flew from, Orlando or Tampa. Can't remember at the moment which one it was. Straight to, we started that trip in England. But we went straight from, I think it was Orlando, to, what's the name of a place? It wasn't London, I don't think. Heathrow, maybe? Someplace in England. And it was like 8 hours. Same for Scotland. I think that was also like an 8, maybe 9 hour flight when we did that. But, yeah, I mean, it is long, but it's not too bad. And they give you like actual meals on flights like that.
Right.
And they like turn the lights down low when it's like time to sleep. And then they turn the lights back on when it's time for you to start waking up again and whatnot. So, and like when we went last summer, we really went all out with our plane tickets. Like we got first class for all of us. Just to make it easier on having the children. We wanted them to have like their own space and to really be able to like actually get comfortable and go to sleep and not just be like in a regular like economy seat. If they were older, like middle school or high school, then economy would be perfectly fine because they would be able to just like sit there and look at, you know, the screen, like their TV screen or whatever. But with them being so young, we wanted them to have like their own actual space. And it worked out fantastically.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. The longest flight I have been on was, I feel like when I went to Colorado a couple years ago for Aaron's cousin's wedding. Not going there because we had a layover, but coming back, it was a straight flight and it was like 4.5 hours, I think.
Yeah.
And it was awful because Aaron and I got split.
Oh, no.
And I was in the middle of just two random people. And it was the most uncomfortable flight ever. But it wasn't too bad. But this recent trip, we went, like I said, to Memphis. This was Graceland's first time on an airplane.
Okay.
So we were very eager to see how she was going to react to it.
Yeah.
So like we made sure she had her little like Nintendo Switch and all the things. And she actually handled it a lot better than I thought she was. Aaron kept trying to get her to like look out the window whenever we were taking off. And I was like, I just have a feeling she's going to like realize.
Yeah, that she's in the air.
Yeah, she's going to like freak out. And so I was like trying to like not get her to look. Like when it was just, because you know like when you're up in the plane, like when you first take off and they kind of like go to each side. Okay, I don't even like that. When it's on my side and I can just see straight down, like I don't even like that. And when it got to the point where it's just like clouds, I'm like, oh, look at all the clouds. Like, yay. But like if it was to a point where she could see like actually ground, where we were, I was like, nope, we're not doing that. And she actually handled it pretty well. Her ears popped a little, but like they didn't hurt her at all. So that was nice. But yeah, my traveling, I've never flown out of the United States. I've cruised outside of the United States. I've gone to Mexico and wherever else I've gone. I've gone to St. Thomas. I flew to St. Thomas. I don't know if that's part of the United States, isn't it? The Virgin Islands? Aren't they part of? I didn't need a passport. So
I think technically, yes, they are a part of the United, like they are a, whatever the word is. Yes.
Yeah. Because I did not need a passport to do that. But that was super fun. That was a great trip. St. Thomas is probably one of my favorite places in terms of like tropical type places.
That wasn't a cruise that you went on? You flew there?
I went on a cruise there twice.
Okay.
And then I flew there and stayed for a week in St. Thomas. And it was so fun. Like just the people in St. Thomas are so nice. But yeah, that's the only place like that I have really had to fly to other than just other states. I think the farthest, like I said, I flew was maybe Colorado. I've been to New York, Arizona, Detroit, and Tennessee. Tennessee is probably my favorite place. I love it there. When we were there this past time, I did not want to leave. Every time we talk about Tennessee, I start looking up like houses because I could just pick up and move right now. And I've always said, if an opportunity presents itself and it makes sense, like financially, career-wise, just everything were to fall into place, like I would pick up and move in 2 seconds. But yeah, that's pretty much my traveling in terms of flying places. Like I said, I have taken cruises, several cruises, and that is probably my favorite way to vacation is on a cruise, just because everything is there. Like you pay your amount and then you get food whenever you want, you get entertainment whenever you want. Like everything's just there. But then that's also kind of a downside because like if you forget something, then you have to pay $47 for a toothbrush. Yeah. And that's just obnoxious. And if you get over the people, there's nowhere to escape. But I know Emily and I can talk about our cruise that we went on for your 30th birthday.
That was so much fun.
It was so fun. Even for just a short cruise that we did, we fit so much into it.
It was so relaxing, and that's just like what I wanted it to be. I had never gone on a cruise before, and so for that being my first and only time going on a cruise, it was so much fun. I'm so happy I got to go with you and our other friend Megan, and we just literally just relaxed the whole time. My favorite part, I think, was the day that we went to like the little spa area. I think often about those stone like lounge, like heated lounge chair things that they had in there.
Those were so crazy.
I need one. Yeah. And to just place it somewhere in my house. Yeah. That was so nice.
Do you remember we went into that little room and it was like a salt room? Yeah. And it was nothing but like pink salt. Yeah. All on the walls. I still really don't understand the science behind
I don't get it
the salt, but we were like awkwardly sitting in here and then some other person walked in there and we were just, again, awkwardly sitting here. And I'm sure this person was trying to relax and we're all just...
Well, it was a small room. It wasn't a very big room. No. Like, honestly, the max should have been 3 people. Like, it was just like a small closet of a space. Yeah. And then this other person tried to come in, and they stayed in there for like a second, and they just like got up and left.
I think he just got tired of us and left. But yeah, the spa was very, very nice. And I remember those stone like lounge chairs. We were on it, and you could see out of the back of the boat. Yeah. And you could just see like the waves from the ship, and it was just so relaxing. And the food on cruise ships is just superior.
I thought I was very surprised by how good the food was. I thought the food that we had every single day, like and like the dinners that we went to every single night was so good.
Yeah. And the rooms were really spacious. Yeah. And I just want to go on a cruise. So bad.
Yeah. Maybe we can go again soon.
Yeah.
Just us.
My birthday is coming up.
Okay. If you say so.
Book it.
But before we go into anything else, Savannah, I think we should probably tell our listeners about the time that we tried to plan another trip when we were far too young. Savannah and I were pretty obsessed with Australia for a while. When we were seniors in high school. And for some reason, we legitimately thought that we could go to Australia.
Well, let's also go back a little further. We were obsessed with Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Yes.
And that is, I believe, where the obsession of Australia kind of stemmed from. I know that was my first experience kind of seeing Australia was in the Mary-Kate and Ashley movie.
Yes.
But yeah, we were far too young to be planning a trip.
We legitimately, like, we had a date in mind. And I think you even had like a countdown, like on like your calendar of this trip. And the funny thing is that like we picked a day, like, oh, we're going to go. It was like sometime in August, I think. We're going to go in August. And then, but we did no preparation. We just talked about it.
Yeah. And it was like a year and a half in advance that we started talking about it, because at the year mark, we made a Girls Talk Shirts video.
Yep.
Excited because we were at a year until we go
we were like,
to
oh
Australia.
my gosh, this time next year we'll be in Australia making a Girls Talk Shirts episode.
We had no plans. We didn't even know, I don't think even know what the airport is. Where do you even fly into in Australia?
How do you book a flight?
And we thought like it was going to be a longer trip, because we were like, oh, it's going to be a long flight. Like we have to at least make it worth it. So we were going to stay for like 10 days. I don't know where.
But the thing is like we would have only been like 19 during this hypothetical trip. And like you can't rent a vehicle. I mean, maybe it's different in Australia, but at least here you have to be like 25 to rent a vehicle. Maybe it's different in Australia, but it's probably not. I don't think they're just going to let two random, 19 American girls, 19-year-old, not 19 American girls, but just two 19-year-old. Like we had just zero knowledge, but so much faith, like smaller than a mustard seed. We had faith in this trip actually happening. And then, I don't know, we just one day we just kind of stopped talking about it.
I just don't even understand, because I don't even think at that point we had jobs.
I was at Papa John's.
I was going to say that might have been when you were at Papa John's.
But then I quit Papa John's because go back to a couple of episodes previously, I thought I was moving, so I quit Papa John's, and then I did not move.
Fun fact, I had Papa John's from that Papa John's today.
Oh, really?
It was delicious.
Huh. Their garlic butter
is
I love
superior garlic butter. So yeah, I don't know where we thought we were going to. I don't even know if we ever even looked up a flight.
I don't think
because there's no way we would have been able to look up a flight and still have faith that we could afford not only the flight there, but to stay somewhere
and the fact that we even thought that like our parents would have,
we're just going to allow us to.
Your parents wouldn't even let you move to Daytona. I don't think they were going to let you go halfway across the world.
Let me tell you, to go to a spring break trip my first year of college, I had to ask my dad well in advance just to like get him kind of on board by the time spring break actually got there. So I don't know where in my mind I thought they were just gonna be like, yeah.
But we were telling everybody.
Yeah. We were, and we made Facebook posts about it. Like I said, we made a Girls Talk Shirts. We were on a fine arts trip.
Yep.
When we hit
we were in Phoenix, Arizona.
And we had talked about this Girls Talk Shirts episode well before we were going. Like we were planning, that's going to be our big Girls Talk Shirts episode, because it's a year until we go to Australia. And we will have to find that episode, and I'm going to like put it on the Instagram.
Yes. We'll need to put that on the Instagram, because like in the video, we are so legitimately excited. Like we saw, it was like something happened on your computer and we were like, oh my gosh, a year from now, we're going to be in Australia, blah, blah, blah. But we haven't gone.
No.
Maybe we will still. I mean, we're not dead.
No.
Yet.
I have asked Aaron several times, because I would like to obviously still go to Australia, just because we stopped talking about it. My obsession with Australia has stayed strong. And
I will say mine has shifted. I have learned more about the dangerous animals and creatures that they have there, like, I don't know, spiders and such. And so I'm not too thrilled about that. If I can be promised that I won't come in contact with a single spider while I'm there, I'll go. But it seems from the videos that I've seen on like TikTok, they seem to be everywhere.
Yeah. Well, see, I think mine also got a bit stronger when I started dating Aaron and I found out his parents lived in Australia for 5 years.
Yeah.
About 5 years, I believe. And Aaron got to go twice during that time. And, you know, seeing pictures and just hearing their experience from living there. And then also they went back for about a month when I was like 7-8 months pregnant. They went back to Australia for about a month. And I think just hearing it from their perspective as becoming locals, you know, they did all the things that are not the touristy things. And I don't believe they lived in Sydney, but they just hearing everything that they got to do. And I still would love to hold a koala bear, but I want to hold a koala bear in Australia.
Let you hold them?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And I would like to do that, but I don't want to do it here. I want to hold a koala bear in Australia. So it is still a goal of mine to go. I don't know how I will do on that flight because it is like a 14-hour flight.
Yeah.
Because you have to fly from here to California, and then you fly from California to Australia. And 14 hours above water. I
don't think you're above water for 14 hours.
No, but the majority of that flight is over water.
Yeah, you know what? When we went, Anthony and I went to Hawaii a couple years ago, and you're over water that entire time. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, but for some reason, like on that flight, I was like panicked the entire time. Like I could not sleep on the flight there because I was like, this seems like too much time to be over water. Mm-hmm. And it never seemed to bother me the times going to like Europe area, but the flight to Hawaii, I was really, really panicked by it.
Mm-hmm. I feel like when I flew to St. Thomas, because we had a layover, I think it was in maybe San Juan, and then we flew from San Juan to St. Thomas, but I'm pretty sure that flight was only like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But that was over, a lot of that was over water. But I do know that the flight to Australia is significantly, a lot of it is over water. But just 14 hours being on a plane, I don't know. I absolutely know that Graceland could not.
Yeah.
Be on a plane for that long.
I think it would be helpful if you broke it up. So like if you did like the flight from like here to California, mm-hmm. and then stayed like a day or two in California and then did the rest of the flight.
Yeah, I agree. But I do want to go. And Aaron's parents still have friends that are over there, and which was why they went back for that like month before I had Graceland. So we've talked about how we do eventually want to go, but they have told me about the animals over there. Like they would just see kangaroos just like out.
Like how we would see like a squirrel?
Not really as a squirrel, but maybe like, out in the country when you can see like a deer every now and then. I think that's kind of how it was. But yeah, I would like to go. I really would like to travel more, but I don't know. It just gets to a point where I say I want to do all these things and I never do it.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to know from our listeners. You can head over to our Instagram also. I want to know where your favorite place that you've traveled to. Because I know a lot of people, they go to these places that it's not just like an everyday location that people tend to go. Even if it's in the United States, I want to know where people like to go. Also, I would like to also know where I can go to be guaranteed snow. Because I am a true Floridian and I've never seen snow.
It didn't snow when you went to Memphis?
No, not even a little bit.
It's overrated, really, but I understand. I understand your need to see it. I think probably going to someplace like Colorado,
which I've been
in wintertime.
not full winter. No.
Okay,
it was like
then
fall.
you answered your own question.
But I could see it where we were in our hotel. We could see like a mountain, and you could see that there was snow all on the mountain.
I think you need to go in like full on winter to like Colorado or.
See, the problem with Colorado is I cannot breathe in Colorado.
What are all those other states? I'm picturing a map, and there's all these states kind of over here in the upper left. My husband's going to make fun of me for not knowing the names of them. I don't know. The Dakotas?
I believe the Dakotas are over there.
Idaho?
I think
Montana?
Idaho's more in the middle.
I don't know. Just go someplace up in the north during actual winter time.
See, I've been to New York in the wintertime, and it snowed after I left. I've been to Tennessee in the wintertime, and it snows after I leave or right before. This last time we went to Memphis, the week before, blizzard. Complete blizzard. Aaron's dad saved he got some snow and saved it for Graceland.
Did you make snow ice cream?
No, I did not.
Oh. It's not as all it's cracked up to be just buy regular ice cream. But yeah, you just got to go somewhere. Every single time I've gone to New York, it's been in winter months and it has snowed. I'd really like to go to New York in more of like, I don't know, maybe like a summer or fall or even like a springtime. Because I'd like to be able to go and like actually like walk through like Central Park or something, like just like enjoy like being outside. But every single time Anthony has taken me, it has been in wintry months and it's been frigidly cold.
See, I don't care to go back to New York. I've done it. I want to go to, I think the next place, I was actually talking to Caroline about this the other day. She recently went to Nashville with some friends, and it just looks so much fun.
You've never been to Nashville?
I've been to Nashville, but I have not been to Nashville as like a grown up. Like, okay. So I didn't go down like Broadway and do all the like big things in Nashville. I was in Nashville because I flew into Nashville to see Megan, but we didn't do anything in Nashville. But I want to go now as a grown up.
I want to go on a girls' trip to Wilmington, North Carolina, where they filmed One Tree Hill. Mm-hmm. I think that would be so much fun. I listened to the One Tree Hill rewatch podcast, Drama Queens. Shout out to them. Mm-hmm. And they always talk about like the fun things that like they would do, you know, like after work or like for like living there for like years on end from filming the show. And man, it just sounds like so much fun.
We should plan that.
And I'd love to go and like see the places where they filmed the show. Cause you and I both love, I mean, you are my B. Davis and I'm your P. Sawyer. I mean, we have to go.
Yeah.
So maybe that's something that we can plan sometime soon. Maybe like over the summer, just like a girls' trip to Wilmington.
Let's do it.
Or maybe in the fall. The fall would be fun. Maybe they'd have like some fall colors in the trees or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the weather would definitely be a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
All right. Well, we have reached, I think, a good stopping point, at least time-wise.
Yeah, we wanted this episode to be just a more light kind of just fun topic.
Yeah.
Because our last couple episodes have been a little heavy.
Yes. We wanted it to be a little bit more similar to how the original Girls Talk Shirts series was, with us just sitting and talking with each other. So I hope you enjoyed it. We have failed to bring up a shirt.
Oh, yeah. The shirt you have on, you bought on the cruise for your birthday.
Yes, it says hooked on cruising.
You're not hooked on it because you have not gone on another one.
I have not gone on another one. You know what? It's difficult to schedule those things when you have 3 children to take care of daily, but I would love to go again. I really like, this is from Norwegian Cruise Line. It's the only one I've ever gone on, but I really liked them. I thought that they were good.
I enjoyed it.
So I could definitely go on another one of their cruises. But yeah, it's really comfy. It's more of a like crew neck sweatshirt type of deal, but I like it. And I do enjoy traveling. I do enjoy trying to get like a shirt or a sweatshirt from someplace.
Yeah.
So that's something that I always do.
I think I have a shirt that I got on that cruise.
Yeah, I think we all got.
I think it was just the one that said like Stirrup Cay or whatever the island is that we went to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we hope that you enjoyed this kind of lighthearted episode. Feel free to go on to our Instagram. It is the Girls Talk Shirts Pod. And leave us feedback on what you guys want to hear. If there's any topics that you want us to talk about.
Slide right into those DMs and tell us, hey, can you guys talk about this? Or I'd love to hear your, point of view on whatever it is, and we'll do it. We're not afraid to talk about whatever it is that you guys want to hear. If there's something that you want to know, like, are you guys also experiencing this type of thing, like with your kids or with parenting or just, being a mom or whatever?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. I think next week's episode will be more, little bit more deeper subjects, probably just by what we've talked about.
Yeah.
That we want to hit on. But I do occasionally like to do these kind of fun episodes that kind of remind us of our old Girls Talk Shirts videos, how we just kind of talked about random things that came to our mind.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we hope you enjoyed it, and let us know what you want to hear from us.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how to end this one. We'll talk to you guys next week.
All
right. Bye.
Bye.